There is something especially inviting about a small living room that feels calm, polished, and effortlessly comfortable. When high ceilings and limited floor space seem difficult to balance, thoughtful proportions can make all the difference. In this video, we'll explore elegant small living room ideas inspired by understated quiet luxury, with refined arrangements, warm materials, and practical comfort that never feels excessive. Welcome to Backwood Design, where beautiful homes feel thoughtfully lived in. A small living room can feel remarkably generous when the seating is chosen with discipline. Instead of filling every corner, use one well-proportioned sofa with a pair of comfortable chairs or a compact loveseat. The goal is to provide enough seating for conversation while preserving clear visual space around each piece. With high ceilings, proportion becomes especially important. A sofa that is too small can make the room feel disconnected, while oversized seating quickly consumes the floor area. Choose pieces with comfortable dimensions, refined silhouettes, and enough clearance to move naturally between them. This creates an elegant room that feels intentional rather than crowded. Give the living room one feature that naturally gathers attention without demanding it. A modest fireplace, beautifully framed artwork, or refined console can provide that visual anchor. In a quiet luxury interior, the focal point works best when its surroundings remain calm, allowing the eye to settle rather than constantly search for another statement. For a high-ceiling room, position the focal feature where it can relate comfortably to the seating arrangement. A sofa facing the fireplace creates an obvious gathering place, while a pair of chairs can complete the conversation area. Keep decorative objects nearby restrained, so the room feels sophisticated without becoming formal or overly staged. Moving furniture slightly away from the walls can completely change the feeling of a compact living room. Rather than pushing every piece toward the perimeter, create a central seating arrangement over a generously sized rug. This small adjustment gives the room greater depth and makes the furniture feel deliberately composed. The arrangement also improves everyday movement. Leave enough space behind and between the seating for comfortable circulation, especially around doorways and frequently used pathways. A naturally finished wooden coffee table can sit at the center without overwhelming the composition. The result is an inviting room where furniture feels connected rather than simply parked against the walls. High ceilings bring a sense of grandeur, but they can also make a small room feel vertically unbalanced. One effective approach is to introduce lower-profile seating and tables that visually ground the space. A streamlined sofa, low coffee table, and relaxed lounge chair create a comfortable foundation beneath the taller architectural proportions. Then use the upper portion of the room selectively. Full-length curtains, tall framed panels, or a carefully positioned piece of artwork can acknowledge the ceiling height without filling every available surface. The contrast between lower furniture and taller surroundings creates a calm rhythm. It allows the architecture to feel impressive while keeping the living area intimate and approachable. Instead of collecting many small furnishings, consider giving the room a few pieces with genuine visual presence. A substantial sofa, a distinctive lounge chair, and a well-crafted coffee table can accomplish more than several undersized objects. This approach is particularly effective when floor space is limited because every piece has a clear purpose. A naturally finished wooden table can become one of those quiet anchors, especially when its craftsmanship is visible through the grain and subtle imperfections. Surround it with enough open space to appreciate its shape. The room should feel furnished and complete, but never overloaded. That balance is what gives understated luxury its confidence. A living room should make conversation feel effortless, particularly when the space is intended for everyday use. Arrange the sofa and chairs so people can see one another comfortably without having to turn awkwardly. A gently curved arrangement around a coffee table can create a welcoming center while maintaining practical pathways through the room. Comfort should guide the distances between pieces. Provide enough room to sit down, stand up, and walk through without constantly navigating around furniture. A handcrafted wooden coffee table can occupy the center without becoming an obstacle. With warm textiles, supportive seating, and softly illuminated surfaces, the arrangement becomes useful for quiet mornings as well as relaxed evenings with family. Perfect symmetry is not the only way to create balance. In a refined living room, carefully controlled asymmetry can make the arrangement feel more relaxed and personal. Place one chair slightly apart from the sofa, then counter its visual weight with a floor lamp, console, or substantial decorative object on the opposite side. The important distinction is between casual placement and thoughtful imbalance. Each element should still relate to the others through scale, spacing, or material. A reclaimed wood console can provide warmth on one side while artwork occupies the other. This creates a room that feels collected over time, rather than arranged according to a rigid decorating formula. Empty space does not have to suggest that something is missing. In a small living room, carefully preserved breathing room can make the furnishings feel more valuable and the entire arrangement easier to navigate. Leave generous visual pauses around the sofa, chairs, and central table rather than filling every available section of floor. This approach is especially useful beneath a high ceiling, where too many objects can make the room feel visually restless. A few carefully chosen pieces, including a naturally finished wood cabinet or side table, can provide warmth without overwhelming the composition. When everything has enough room around it, the living room feels peaceful, polished, and naturally comfortable. Quiet luxury becomes more believable when elegance is balanced with everyday comfort. Pair a tailored sofa with a softer accent chair, relaxed cushions, or a casually draped throw. The contrast prevents the room from feeling like a formal showroom and gives the furniture a more welcoming character. Materials can reinforce that balance without becoming overly decorative. A refined upholstered sofa might sit beside a handmade wooden table with natural grain and subtle imperfections. Add a textured rug, simple curtains, and warm lamps to create a comfortable environment. These details make the room feel like somewhere people actually live, gather, read, and remember. Luxury in a small living room often comes from getting the relationships between objects exactly right. The sofa should leave comfortable circulation around it, the rug should connect the seating, and the coffee table should sit at an easy distance. Nothing needs to be oversized when the proportions work together naturally. High ceilings provide another opportunity to create balance. Use taller curtains and carefully positioned artwork to connect the lower furniture with the upper architecture, while keeping the seating grounded. A solid wood table with a refined natural finish can add warmth at the center. When scale, spacing, and comfort are coordinated, the room feels quietly elevated without ever appearing extravagant. A beautiful small living room doesn't need excess to feel special. The right proportions, intentional furniture placement, natural wood accents, layered textiles, and carefully chosen details can create a space that feels both elevated and genuinely comfortable. More importantly, these ideas can help your living room become a place where everyday moments feel easier and more enjoyable. If you found inspiration here, please subscribe to Backwood Design, like this video, and share your favorite idea in the comments.